Modern neuroscience tells us that instead of writing down things we're thankful for in a journal, simply listening to and connecting with positive stories about people can better help shift our immune system into balance. It can help us move from a state of constant anxiety towards motivation. So 3 days a week, I'm sharing stories we can feel good about. Mondays, you'll hear a story from the past to be thankful for. On Wednesdays, I'll tell an inspiring story from the present. And Fridays, you'll head into the weekend with a story to keep you optimistic about our future. Hi, I'm Chris. Welcome to My Good 3. Hey, happy Wednesday, everybody. Have you ever had one of those days where Murphy's Law seems to have been written just for you? The people around you seem to be gliding through life, but for you, at every turn, there's a new problem. You wake up in the morning knocking over what's on your bedside table, and life continues to mock you until it's time for bed, at which point the bathroom sink starts to leak as you're brushing your teeth. Of course, it's not this bad, but the feeling of not being able to catch a break is real, and it can continue on, leaving people feeling as though the entire world is against them. This is a story about a woman who was having one of those days, possibly months, when she stumbled into the right stranger at a local restaurant. The fascinating part of this story isn't in the interaction, but rather in the ripple effect it had throughout the entire community. A few days before Christmas in Spokane, Washington, Ashley Polistrini, a local mom of 3, was at the end of an 11-hour workday. It was the usual pre-holiday chaos. She dropped her oldest off at a Christmas party 5 miles from town, and there was just enough time to stop at the Boiler Room, a local pizza restaurant, to feed her younger 2. When they were seated, immediately her kids didn't want anything to do with being there. The waitress managed to take their orders, but Ashley quickly found herself at her breaking point. It was obvious that she was struggling. The server saw what was happening and immediately jumped in to help. She took care of the kids with a smile, fed them some snacks, and boxed up the meals. She even had words of encouragement for Ashley before they left. Later that night, once things settled down, Ashley went to Facebook and made a post about what had happened earlier at the Boiler Room. She explained what the server, the one with the blonde hair and glasses, had done for her at a time when she really needed that kindness. She made the post and didn't think much of it. In the morning, Ashley woke up to over 500 comments on her post. People had really connected with the situation she was in and loved hearing about how the server jumped in to help. One of the people captivated by Ashley's story was Rick Clark, a local resident known for his work in the community. He was so moved by the dignity and kindness that the server showed a fellow resident in need that he decided to do something about it. He found out her name was Amber Bryant and that she was a server of 15 years, and she herself was a mother of 2 autistic children. He took it upon himself to rally his friends, as well as local members of the community with autistic children, to pull together a holiday gift. Rick asked to meet Amber at the restaurant, and with someone recording their conversation, he presented her with $800 in cash and $700 in gift cards to ease some of the financial burden of the holidays. The look on Amber's face said it all. She teared up and was almost speechless. That video of their conversation was shared on social media and received enough attention for the local news to run a story on what happened. That story was immediately shared around the world and quickly gained over 3 million views. It never ceases to amaze me how parched we are these days for genuine connection. When we find an example of it, we stop what we're doing and we watch, as if there were a brontosaurus walking down the street. It really says something about where we are, and how important it is to slow down, empathize, and treat someone with dignity when we're tempted to look the other way. One other thing happened when the story spread. People from all over wanted to contribute to the gift for Ashley. When she found out about the generosity coming her way, rather than post her account so she could collect donations, she instead directed people to a cause more important than herself. The Isaac Foundation, a Spokane area nonprofit supporting the needs of autistic children. and their families. Thank you for listening. I realize this podcast won't be successful without your help. So if you'd like to rate it, or better yet, review it, wherever you get your podcasts, that would really help. And if you're on Instagram, go to @mygood3, THREE, to vote each episode up or down. I'm also excited to read more Good 3 stories from listeners. So just go to our website, mygood3.com, and submit a story of your own from the past, present, or future, or all three. And maybe I'll use it in an episode. Thanks again. Here's to hoping My Good 3 can set the stage for your good week.